automatically that table will be created in the work library. Now, if I open the work library, now in the work library, I have a table called EMP. Okay. Now, if I open the EMP table, now can you see in this table, we have 6 columns and 23 rows. Clear, everybody? This is what we have done in the last class. Now, I'll tell you something. So this is the data we have used to create a table. So for example, I am taking the first 8 lines. Now tell me, I put this information into a table, right? When I'm keeping this information table, what was the first column name I had given? The first column name I have given EMP ID. So now do you know what values that we have in the EMP ID? We have values like 101, 102, 103, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that one. And this Usha, Kiran, Ramu, Leena, these values I kept into which column?
Name.
I kept in name column.
Name.
And then we have a 29, 33, 39, 30, like that one. Do you remember? Do you know that in which column we kept those values?
Age.
We kept these values into age. So the column name is age. And then the next few values we kept into a column called this male or female. This information we kept into a column called sex. And then after that we have 34,000, 49, 45, 67, 32, 22, 90,000 and 70,000. This information we kept into a column called salary. And this Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Delhi, this information we kept in
Location.
LOC. Now, EMP ID is a column name. In this column, what information we kept? We kept each and every employee ID. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So in the EMP ID column, we are capturing each and every employee's ID. The first employee ID is 101 and the second employee ID is 102. But what is the commonality of this 101, 102, 103? These are employee IDs. Isn't it? But there is a chance of varying one employee ID from another employee ID. So one employee ID varies from another employee ID. But all these are employee IDs only. Isn't it? All of them are employee IDs, but there is a chance of one value varying from another value. That's why EMP ID is called as a variable. So in SAS, generally, when you're creating a table, EMP ID we call it as a column. But in SAS, this column, we should call it as a variable. Understand? A column is a vertical structure which is going to capture the same information, but there is a chance of one value varies from another value. That's why a column in SAS is called as a variable. So in normal terminology, we call it as a column, but in SAS, how we should call it as we should call it as a variable.
Variable.
Now EMP ID is a variable and the name is a variable. Name is a column. What we have in this in the name, we have each and every employee's name. Isn't it? Usha, Kiran, Ramu. All these are employee names, but there is a chance of one value varies from another value. That's why we call name as a variable.
Variable.
Name is it. So name is a variable, and now age is a variable. Now sex is a variable, salary is a variable, and the location is a variable. In normal terminology, we call it as a column, but in SAS, we should call it as a variable.
Variable.
Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Now, coming here, here we have 101, Usha, 29, female, 34,000, Hyderabad. All this information belongs to an employee called Usha. Isn't it? Now, the employee ID is 101, her name is Usha, she is 29 and she is female and she is getting 34,000 salary and she is from Hyderabad. This entire row or this entire record is information about an employee called Usha. And I can say this row or record is an observation about an employee called Usha. This entire row or line belongs to one employee. Now that's why a row or a record in SAS is called as an observation. Generally, we call it as a row or a record, but in SAS, we should call it as an observation. So this is one observation. And now this is the second observation. And this is the third observation. Each and everything is called as an observation. Now, if this is the table, how many observations we have in this table now? We have 8 observations.
8 observations.
So the vertical structure is called as a variable in SAS. The horizontal structure is called as an observation. Now, EMP is a table. What we have in the table? In the table, we have a data. So table is a structure in which we keep the information, we keep the data. So table is a structure which contains data. That's why in SAS, a table is called as a data set.
Data set.
So a table is a structure which contains data, which keeps the data. That's why a table is called as a set of data. That is nothing but a data set. Okay. From today onwards, you should not call it as a table. You should call it as a data set. You should not call it as a column. You should call it as a variable. And you should not call it as a row or a record. You should call it as an observation. And this is called SAS terminology. Everybody clear with this one? Understood, everybody?
Yes.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
So from today onwards, please do not call it as a table. Please call it as a data set. Don't call it as a column. Please call it as a variable. And please do not call it as a row or a record. Just call it as an observation. Now, just imagine this is one data set. In the data set, each and everything is called as a data point, or we also call it as a data value. So Usha is a data value, 29 is a data value, female is a data value, or male is a data value, 33 is a data value, Karen is a data value. So each and every point is called as a data value. Understand this one? And this is called SAS terminology. Clear, everybody? Can you go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to write a few lines of data directly within the SAS. So far, how we are creating a tabular data set, we try to create a data set when we have a data in a text file. And you also know how to create a table or a data set when we have already a data set. Now, can you tell me, I want to create EMP1 from EMP table or EMP data set. Now tell me how to create a new data set or a new table from the existing table or existing data set. Data
EMP
space, the
EMP1.
new data set name, EMP1,
colon,
Semicolon.
run.
Very good. Now, if you select the program, execute the program, now we are going to have a new data set called EMP1. So EMP is an master data set. From that, now I created a new data set called EMP1. So far, we call these two as a tables. From today onwards, we are going to call it as a data set.
Data set.
And EMP1 is a data set which contains 6 variables and 23 observations. Okay, so far I told you those are 6 columns and 23 rows. From now we should call it 6 variables and 23 observations. Now, you know how to create a data set in 2 different ways. One is from a text file. Now you know how to create data set from existing data set. Now I'm going to tell you the third method. You know what I'm going to do? This is called SAS Aiter window. In the Aiter window itself, I am going to write a few lines of data. Say, for example, see what I'm doing. I'm writing 101. Name is, say, for example, Lata. Age is 23. Female. She's a developer. and she is getting 50,000 salary, and she is from Hyderabad. Now I have 102. Name is Raghu. Age 27. Age 27. Gender male. Male. He is a tester. And he is getting 60,000 salary, and he is from Chennai. I have 103. 103. Name is Lena. She is 25. She is female, and she is an admin. She is an admin. She is getting 40,000 salary, and she is from Mumbai. I have one more line, 104. Name is Vijay. Name is Vijay. He is 30 years, and he is male, and he is a manager, and he is getting 80,000, and he is from Delhi. Okay. Now I have 4 lines of data. I have written these 4 lines directly within the SAS. Now, if you have written the data directly within the SAS window, you know what we call it as we call this data as in-stream data. What you call it as we call it as in-stream data, or we also call it as raw data. What you call it as raw data. In-stream data or raw data. అంటే SAS లోపలే కనుక మీరు డైరెక్ట్ గా డేటా రాస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి. If you have data directly within the SAS, we call it as in-stream data or raw data. When we have in-stream data or raw data, how to create a data set? Now I'm going to write a program to create a data set when we have in-stream data. Okay. Now, how to write the program? Now, before the data, starting of the data, you should start with a keyword called data space. What is the data set name you want to have? I want to have a data set name, say for example, demo. I am writing the name demo. And now this is the end of the statement. How to say end of the statement? By keeping a semicolon. Now you should write the second statement. The second statement is in file. Remember, when we have a data in a text file, what we have given in the in file statement?
Location of the file.
Very good. We had given the location of the text file. But here we have data directly within the SAS. Now you no need to write location, but then what we should write? Now in the in file statement, you should use a keyword called data lines. That means you are saying data is coming in the form of lines directly within the SAS. Now end of the statement. Sorry. Now we should write the third statement, which is the input statement.
Input employee ID.
Now, in the input statement, I want to keep this 101, 102, 103, 104 into ID number. This Lata, Raghu, and Leena, Vijay into name, age, gender, role, income, address. So now I'm going to write the column names or the variable names. Yes, I want to have ID number space, then name space, age space, then I want to have a gender, then I want to have a role, and then I want to have income, then I want to have address. And end of the statement, you should write a semicolon. Now you should tell the SAS system, all the statements got over. We have only the data. How to say that we have only the data? After the input statement, you should write one more statement called data lines. Now I should write data lines semicolon. You should write data line semicolon. Once you have written the data line semicolon, you should not have anything except the data. And remember one thing, when we have in-stream data like this one, once you have written the data line semicolon, the background of the in-stream data will be get changed into yellow color. The background of the data will be get changed into yellow color. Now, after completing all the data, Now we should write the last statement of our program. What is the last statement of the program?
Run.
Very good,
But
semicolon.
categorical, you are not entered dollar for category.
Yes, I will come there. Now tell me, if I execute the program, if I select the program, and how to execute the program? By clicking on submit button. If I click on the submit button, as soon as I click on the submit button, I have a data set called demo. If I open the demo data set, now can you say I have data only in ID number, age, income, but I do not have the data in the name, gender, role, and address. Tell me what should I do to get the data into 4 variables?
We have to
Dollar.
Now, very good. After the name, you should write a dollar symbol. And after the gender, you should write the dollar symbol. Again, after the role, you should write the dollar symbol. And after the address, you should write the dollar symbol. Now I'm selecting this program. I'm executing the program. Now demo data set will be get created one more time. And now in this data set, now can you say I have 7 variables and 4 observations. So ID number is a variable, name is a second variable, age is a third variable, gender is the 4th variable. Then we have a role variable, income variable, and then we have an address variable. 7 variables. And how many observations we have?
4.
4 observations. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll try one more example. Now, I am rating 101. Okay. And I'm writing, say, for example, Shahrukh, he belongs to India and he is into movies and he belongs to India. 102, Dhoni, he belongs to cricket and he is from India. 103, Federer, he belongs to tennis, he is from Switzerland. 104, Nadal, he belongs to tennis and he is from Spain. 105, Ronaldo, he is from Portuguese and he belongs to soccer. Football and from football. Now I am writing 106. Sindhu. Badminton. And she is from India. Now you can write anywhere in the program. Now I have written 6 lines of data. Now I want to create a data set. Tell me how to create a data set from this one.
Data.
Now, before the starting of the data, you should write data. You should write
Name of
the
the
data set
data
name.
set.
I want to have data set name as in a celebs. Okay. Now semicolon. In file. What we should write in the in file?
Data lines.
Data lines.
Some programmers they write the data lines, and some programmers they also write the cards. You can write either data lines or you can also write the cards. You can write anything. It's up to you. Now I have written the cards, semicolon. Then what is the third statement you should write? You should write the input statement. Now I want to have a ID, space. Then I want to have celebrity name, and then I want to have area of expertise area, and then country that belongs to which country. And end of the statement, what we should do? You should keep a semicolon. And then what we should write? You should say SAS system. We do not have anything except the data. Since I have written the cards here also you should write the cards. If you write the data lines in the in file, here also you should write the data lines. Okay? Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, you want to make any changes or you want me complete the program?
dollar symbol.
First of all, at the end of the data, I am going to write run. Then tell me what do you want me to do? Where we should write the dollar symbol now?
Name.
After the name, dollar symbol. area, you should write the dollar symbol, and besides the country also, you should write the dollar symbol. Now select this program and execute the program by clicking on the submit button. And as soon as you execute the program, you will get a data set called celebs. Celebs is a data set which contains 4 variables. And how many observations we have? We have 6 observations.
6 observations.
Observation.
This is how we create a data set when we have data directly within the SAS. Now tell me, if you have a data directly within the SAS, what we should call it as an A? We should
Data
call it as an A raw data or in-stream data.
Excuse
Can you
me,
try
sir.
one more time? Yes, yes.
Is it necessary to write in-file statement?
Not necessary. I will let you know when we should write it, when we do not require it. Okay?
Okay,
I
sir.
will tell you it.
Sir,
For the time being, yes, yes.
sir, if you have space in the only one name, sir, I think my name is Vinay Kumar, sir. Vinay space
Okay.
Kumar. In that situation, how we can do, sir?
I will tell you. I will tell you that one. Okay. Since we are in a very early stage, I am writing only one name, sir, and I will tell you what will happen if you have a 2 names or a 3 names, sir, and I will tell you how to read the data successfully. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Now, so tell me one more time. I am writing 01. I like idli very much. And is it idli in veg or non-veg? It's a veg, right? So I'm writing veg. 02. I like chicken. I'm writing chicken, which is in a non-veg. And 03. I like rasam very much. And it is in a veg. 04. I like egg fry. Is it veg or non-veg? Anybody?
Non-veg, sir.
Veg. Sure.
Non-veg.
Now, 05, I am writing chocolate. Chocolate is a veg or non-veg?
Veg, sir.
It's a non-veg.
Non-veg? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Veg.
It can be both, sir.
Both veg and non-veg? How can be both veg and non-veg? Veg?
It's veg.
Non-veg, sir.
Veg. It's veg.
Veg, sir. We will consider veg.
Chocolate is
Okay.
Purely veg, sir.
So, it's a non-veg. Because
Purely veg.
we have cockroaches and other insects in chocolate, no? No? Don't you think so?
Yes, sir. It will be. No, sir.
I like chicken nuggets. And which is in a non-veg. Okay. Now I want to create a data set called my favorite dish. Tell me how we will write the program now.
Data.
Data,
Data set.
My favorite dish.
my favorite dish,
Semicolon.
semicolon, in file,
File.
data lines. Very good, semicolon. Otherwise, what you can, instead of data lines, what you can write?
Cards.
Very good, cards, input,
numbers, numerical.
ID,
ID.
dish,
Dishes.
This dollar.
dollar symbol, category,
Category.
now semicolon. Again, what we should write?
Data lines. Data lines. Data lines.
Data line, semicolon.
Semicolon.
And finally,
Run.
you should write run.
Semicolon.
Now select the program and execute the program. In a minute, we have a my favorite dish data set. Now, can you see how many variables that we have in this data set?
3 variables and 6
3
observations.
variables and 6 observations.
3 variables. 6
3 variables and 6 observations. This is how we create a data set when we have data directly within SAS. Now you are familiar with how to create a data set now from in-stream data. And now I want to create a data set from an Excel sheet. Have you ever seen any Excel sheet? Now, on my desktop, I have SAS folder. In the SAS folder, I have SAS data folder again. In that, I have a folder called Excel. Can you see here? I have Excel folder. In the Excel folder, I have few Excel sheets, and one among them, I have a course Excel sheet here. Now, if I open the Excel sheet, this is how we have the data. Now, this is how we are going to have an Excel sheet. You know, Excel sheet is going to have a predefined rows and columns, isn't it? And this is one column, and this is the second column, and so Excel sheet is going to be very organized manner. We always enter the data in those rows and columns. We enter the data in cells, isn't it? But you know, a text file is not like that one. A text file is going to be just like in a white page. There will be no columns and no rows. So simply we are going to have just like in a white page. There will be no alignment. It is going to be very uneven. But an Excel sheet is not like that one. We are going to have a predefined rows and columns, and we enter always the data in those rows and columns. Okay. Now, how to create a data set when we have a data in an Excel sheet like this one? Now, it is going to be a little bit different. Try to understand. I will write again and again until you get it right. Now, if we have a data in an Excel sheet, you should start your program with the keyword of proc. Even though it is a data access, I told you, if you want to do the data access, you should write the data step. But sometimes for the data access, we write the proc step. In SAS, each and every proc step is going to have a name. If you want to get the data from an Excel sheet into SAS, we use a procedure called, proc import. What the procedure we use? We use proc import. So each and every procedure we are going to have a name. Now I'm going to write the procedure, which is a proc space import. Now after that, you should write a keyword called data file is equal to. Now you should write the path of the Excel sheet which you want to import. Do you know how to get the path, by the way?
Right click.
How to get the path? Now go to the file. This is that, here we have Excel folder. In that Excel folder, here we have a course. Give a right click. Go to properties.
Copy the location.
Now you should copy the location. Now I'm going to copy the location, Ctrl+C. Now go to the program and paste the location here, Ctrl+V. Can you see we got the location up to the folder? In which folder we have that Excel sheet? Now tell me, in the Excel folder, what is the name of that Excel sheet we have?
Course.
Very good. Now you should keep one more time backward slash, and you should write the file name, which is course. But I told you, writing only the file name is not enough. What we should do, you should write the extension also. And I told you, each and every file is going to have a unique extension. Now, what is the unique extension for this Excel sheet? If you want to know that one, again, what we should do, we should go there. And here, can you say what is the extension that we have?
XLS.
.xls. Remember one thing, since I'm using 97-2003 version, MS Office, my unique extension for my Excel sheet is .xls, okay? But if you are using advanced than 2003 version, it is going to be .xlsx. It is going to be .xlsx. Since I'm using 97-2003 version, it is .xls. Whatever you have, you should write the same thing. Okay, now go to the program, you should write .xls. Okay, once you have written the .xls,
quotation marks.
Now, since it's a path, you should always write the path within the inverted quotation. So if you keep single inverted quotation at one side, on the other side of what we should do, we should keep a single inverted quotation. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
But if you keep a double quotation at one side, on the other side also, you should keep the double inverted quotation. Still the statement is not over. In the same statement, now we should write the next option, which is out is equal to, what is the data set name you want to have? I want to have a data set name cars. Now I am writing a data set name cars. In the same statement, see, remember, I'm not keeping the semicolon yet. Now you should give at least one space. Then you should write DBMS is equal to, which means database management system. Whatever the extension that you have, you should write the same thing as a DBMS. What is the extension we have written?
XLS.
XLS.
You should write XLS. You should not write the dot. You should write only XLS. Now this is the end of the statement. How to say end of the statement?
Semicolon.
Keeping a semicolon. Now this is the end of the program. How to say end of the program?
Run.
Run semicolon. Very good. Okay. Now say I'm selecting this program. I'm executing the program. As soon as I execute the program, now can you say I have a cars data set in the work library?
Yes.
If I open this data set, now I have data like this one. We have a variable called make, model, type, origin, drive time, MSRP, invoice. We have 15 variables in that way, and we have 428 observations. Understand this one?
Sir, instead of data file, if we are writing in file means any.
You should not write in file. You should write only data file. Okay. We'll try one more time. Okay. Now here in the same folder, I have an Excel sheet called Africa. Okay. I want to import this Excel sheet. I want to create a data set called Africa only. Okay. Now tell me how we will write the program again. Tell me how we are going to start with proc space import. Then we should write a data file is equal to the path of that file. How to get the path? Right click, properties.
Location.
Now you should copy that location. Ctrl+C. Now go to the program, paste that path here. And again, you should keep one more time backward slash. You should write the file name Africa.xls. And if you keep a double quotation at one side, on the other side also what we should do? Double quotation. You know, in SAS, if you keep anything within the quotations, that will appear purple in color. It should appear purple in color. Okay, and then within the same statement, then what we should write? We should write out is equal to data set name. I want to have an Africa. Then you should write DB is equal to you no need to write it off. You should write simply XLS. Now semicolon, run semicolon. Now select the program again, execute the program. As soon as you execute the program, now can you see we have a data set called Africa? Understand this one, everybody? So,
Yes, sir.
what I'm expecting from you guys, what and all I'm going to do in the classroom, you should practice the same thing. You know, because of the time issue, I will write only one example in the class, but you should practice the same thing maybe 15-20 times until you get it right. I will provide you the Excel sheets. All you need to do, write the program again and again until you get it right. And Nikita, I'm getting background noise from your side. Yes, anybody has got any doubts?
సార్ డేటా మేనేజ్మెంట్ కూడా మనం ఇలాగే రాయనా సార్
Yes.
కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేసి హలో
Yes. Renuka, you are saying something? Yes, Shashikant.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు డేటా మేనేజ్మెంట్ కూడా ప్లాట్ స్టెప్ అనే యూజ్ చేయాలా సార్ ఎక్సెల్ తో డేటా ఉంటే
No. Sometimes we use a data step, or sometimes we use a proc step.
ఓకే ఓకే
సార్ డిబిఎంఎస్ ఎక్సెల్ఎస్ తర్వాత స్పేస్ ఇచ్చాక సెమీకోలన్ రాయాలా సార్ లేకపోతే స్పేస్
Yes. Without space also you can add a semicolon, not a problem. Okay.
Sir,
You should get a doubt, no?
sir,
Yes.
in previous data program,
Mm-hmm.
sir, not this one, sir, in text, sir. This one, sir. If we write here, sir. If we write in the place, no, sir, below. Yes, sir, this one. If we write in file statement with chords, if we use the data lines, does it show the result, sir?
Yes, you'll get it.
So according to SAS, data lines and chords are both are same.
Same.
And also, yeah, can we try it, sir, once?
Yes. I will tell you later. You no need to write this one. It is not mandatory, but I will tell you later. So here I'm writing chords, but here I'm writing the data lines. Before that, I'm deleting the demo data set. Now I'm selecting this program. I'm executing the program. Yes, we'll have a demo data set, and you'll get the data. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, that's fine, sir.
సార్ డిబి రాయడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటి సార్
So I will tell you one thing. First of all, when I'm creating a data set from text file, I am only giving the variable names, isn't it? I should give the variable names.
Yes, sir.
And when I'm creating a data set from in-stream data, then only we should write the variable names. But when you're importing an Excel sheet, did I write any variable names?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, you no need to do that one. SAS can understand automatically. It will scan Excel sheet. You know what? There, for example, this is the Excel sheet that we have cast. You know what SAS it will do? When writing a proc import, DBMS is equal to XLS. You know what it will do? Automatically, it will scan the Excel sheet. Whatever the information that we have in the first row of Excel sheet will come automatically as variable names. So what we have in the first row, can you see here?
Model, type, origin.
We have make, model, type, origin, drivetrain, MSRP, invoice. These are going to become variable names. You no need to tell anything SAS system. Automatically SAS can understand whatever the information that we have in the first row, those will come as in a variable names. Then from where you will get the data? You will get the data from the second row onwards. So the second row will going to become first observation. Okay. The third row will become
Second observation.
second observation.
Second observation.
So you no need to tell anything. SAS can, how it can understand when you're writing when you're writing like a data file is equal to path and then out is equal to data set name. DBMS is equal to when you write XLS. SAS can understand, okay, the database management system is an XLS, so I should get the data from the first row. I should get the variable names from the first row. So automatically it will get it. Understand this one?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. But how does it show the observations are numeric or character?
It can understand. That's what I will tell you in future. Since you asked me the question, you know what SAS will do? It is going to scan the first 20 rows. In the first 20 rows, if you have at least one character value, that will become character variable. Say, for example, take the make. It will go to scan the first 20 records. Do we have character data in the first 20 lines? 20 records? Yes, sir. In all the 20,
Yes,
we have character data. So this make is going to become character variable. Now coming to the cylinders here. In the first 20 rows, do we have a character data? At least one? No.
No, sir.
So automatically, this will become a numerical variable. Take the horsepower. It is going to scan the first 20 records. Do you have at least one character? No. This will become numerical. So when you're importing, SAS can understand automatically. Based on that, it will decide whether it's in a character or a numerical. You don't need to tell anything. Only when we have in-stream data or text file data, you should help the SAS system to understand whether it's in a numerical variable or a character variable. By keeping a dollar, it will become a character. If you don't write the dollar symbol, then it will become a numerical variable. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
సార్ అక్కడ ఇన్ఫైల్ డేటా లైన్స్ అనేది రాయకుండా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందా?
వచ్చేస్తుంది. I think you listen some other classes. That's why you're asking question. I will let you know when we should write in file. When we no need to write the in file, I will let you know later.
ఓకే.
That is not mandatory, but sometimes we should write it. I will tell you.
Sir, is that mandatory to have variable names in Excel sheet, sir?
Generally, how we write an Excel sheet, how we enter the data in Excel sheet. When you're entering the data in Excel sheet, what you will do generally, in the first row, you always set a column names, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then from the second row onwards, you will enter the data. That is a normally we do. But sometimes you will directly you'll enter only the data. From the first row onwards, you will enter the data. I will tell you later what we should do if you have that case. Okay? Yes.
Till now we have discussed like different character. An observation contains
Employee ID.
Yes, Dharani, you are saying something?
Can we consider variables as data points, sir?
No, variables just is part of the data. That is not data.
so if
Yes, Neha.
sir actually we have discussed till now that if it is a variable or a character, in a different అంటే వేరే వేరేగా చెప్పారు కదా సార్. If an observation contains both character and numerical in the same place, how can it get varied, sir? Like ఇప్పుడు మోడల్ లోని both characters and variable numerical రెండు ఉన్నాయి కదా.
Okay. Understand your question. Now, okay, since you asked me that question today, I'm going to explain that one. You know, in SAS, we have only two types of data. One is numerical data, another one is character data. According to SAS, which one is a numerical data? If you have a data like this one, this is a numerical data. If you have a like this one, this is also numerical data. But if you have a like this one, what is this data? Character data. But if you have a Ramesh 1, 2, 3, it is alphanumerical value, right? Now SAS can read as only character data. It cannot understand it as a numerical. So if you have only character data, if you have both alphabets and numbers, alphanumerical, that is also according to SAS, character data only.
For example, if we write rupees 5,000, rs.5000, it will be character data
Okay.
or numerical data.
Now, SAS can understand this is only numerical data, but you have a $5,000. You know that this is a numerical data, right? But SAS cannot understand. You should help the SAS to understand it as a numerical data. In future, we are going to write what you call a keyword called informat. By writing the informat, we are going to tell the SAS system, take this as a numerical data.
Okay.
But by default, SAS cannot understand because we have a special character called $. Even SAS cannot understand this one also. What is the specialty of this one? We have a comma, special character. SAS cannot understand this as a numerical, but I know this is a numerical data. So what we should do, we should help the SAS to read this as a numerical data by writing in a concept called informat. I will tell you that one later.
Okay.
Anybody? Any doubts?
Sir, so Ramesh, 1 to 3 is so what it is actually?
It is only character data.
Okay.
Even if you have like this one, employee code E123, this is also a character data. If you have at least one character, this will become character data. It cannot be a numerical data.
Sir, this is Chaitanya, sir.
Yes, Chaitanya.
Sir, since we are importing data from Excel format, if Excel format contains this alpha numerical kind of values in cells, how it will read, sir?
It will read character data. It is too early to explain. Say, for example, when you're importing an Excel sheet like this one, SAS can understand, it can read as a numerical data, even though you have a dollar symbol and comma symbol. But if you have a data like this one, it will read as a only character data.
Okay.
This is going to be character data. That's why, see, if I open the cost data set, can you see a model is present on which side, which element? 1 second. Now, model is present on the left side or right side?
Left side, sir.
So, which means?
Just like character data.
Character data.
Understand, sir.
సార్ ముందు న్యూమరికల్ వాల్యూ వచ్చి తర్వాత క్యారెక్టర్ వస్తే
ఎలా వచ్చినా మధ్యలో ఉన్న ముందున్న వెనకమాల ఏదైనా సరే, if you have at least one character, it is going to become character. We have only one exemption in future. Since you are asking me, I'm telling you what is today's date. Today is 12th October, right?
Yes.
Now, but according to SAS, date should be numerical. Even though we have OCT October character data, SAS is going to read as a numerical data. I will tell you later how to read the dates as a numericals. But by seeing this one, we have both alphanumerical values, right? But I told you, if you have alphanumerical values, it is going to become character data. But SAS is a way to read this as a numerical. In future, I will let you know. It is too early to say.
Okay, sir.
Sir, if decimal values are there, how it can?
By default, SAS can understand. It can understand this. If I have say for example, 123.45, SAS can understand as a numerical. Only it can understand dot symbol. It cannot understand the comma, dollar, or it cannot understand the percentage symbol. Sometimes we'll get a percentage symbol also. I know this is a numerical, but SAS cannot understand it as a character. So it cannot understand as a numerical. You should help the SAS.
Okay, sir. So there are some ifs and buts.
Yes, of course. So in that scenario, we have to help the SAS to understand it as a numerical. And that help is called informat. I will let you know in future.
Sir,
clear, everybody? Yes.
Sir, I observed that you are using terms like options and statements. What is the difference between these both, sir?
So Badrinath, you will let you know. No need to worry about that. We are still very early demo classes. Everything is going to get revealed slowly, and it is going to get unfolded very slowly. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Sir, this is Rupa. Sir, I got the remote access. Today I tried to log into SAS and as you said in file, downloading a file and all that. I couldn't do that. Can you please help me with that?
Rupa, unfortunately, you cannot download the files from the remote desktop into your system.
Not exactly downloading, like copying, like we have, right? When we write a program, we need to write in file and we need to copy that. So what I did is I'm just taking some time, sir. I went into SAS. Okay, there is a library. I opened the library. I clicked on the library, and after that, where should I find the files? That's map, a folder called map, SAS help, SAS users, work, map SAS, and map SGFK something is there. 6 folders are there. So where should I go, sir?
So I thought of explaining that server can access once everybody has got access. But since you asked me in today's class, go to start button here.
Yes.
Give it in a keyword called remote desktop. When you give it keyword remote, now you see an app called remote desktop connection. Click on that one. Now we are going to have a window like this one. Give your computer name and a username.
Okay.
And then click on the connect button.
Okay.
It will ask you for the password.
Yes, sir.
No, you should give your password. I hope so. This is my password. Now, this is how the server, I think I had given the wrong, I'm sorry. Yes, this is how the server is going to get, this is the main page of the server, okay?
Right. Yes, sir.
Now, on the left side, can you see here we have a start button?
Yes, sir. I clicked on it.
Go to the start button and give a keyword called SAS, and we are going to have a SAS 9.4 English. If you click on this one, the SAS software will be get open.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to enter the InStream data directly here itself, you can enter the InStream data and you can practice you can create a data set. Okay.
All right. Yes, sir.
Now, say for example, 101, ABC 23, 102, DF 26. I want to create a data set. Then what you will do? Data space data set name semicolon. Then you will write in file chords or data lines semicolon. Sorry, data line semicolon. Then you will write input. In the input, what you will do? You will write ID, name, dollar symbol,
age.
and then I want to have an age semicolon,
Dollar
and you should write data line semicolon, and then finally run semicolon. Now, if I select the program and execute it, now we are going to have a DS1 data set where in the libraries folder. In the libraries, now we have a work library. Here we have a work library DS1 data set which contains 3 variables and 2 observations. Okay. But
this I understood, sir. Yeah.
But if you want to practice by importing some Excel sheets, okay, where we can find the data, go to the start button here.
Okay.
Go to computer.
Start button,
computer, and we have only one drive, which is a Z drive. Go to the Z drive, and here we can find the folders.
Okay.
Here we have a folder called source data. In that we can find Excel folder, text documents folder. We have so many things here.
Yesterday you explained us with some document data, no, sir? With
Demo
Excel.
one.
Yeah, demo one.
Demo one, it is present in my system, but if you want, I can.
Okay.
send you
It's only
through
present in your system. Okay.
my system. No, I'm not doing on WhatsApp server, right? I'm using my own personal system.
Okay. So I can once I can take the folders and all that and then work from this source.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I will explain everybody the server, how to access the server in future. And if anybody wants to access my notes, in the computer here, we have a notes folder. In the notes folder, we can find Srinivasa notes. In the Srinivasa notes, you can go to Srinivas base and advanced as. In that, you can go to the notes. There we can find all the topics. Okay. You no need to worry about this one. I will explain in future. Okay. Once we complete the demo sessions, I will explain how to access the server, how to practice in server. But Rupa, if you have chance, please download the SAS software into your personal system so that sometimes the server may not be accessible.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, how can we get that software downloaded in our system and how can we get all these accesses?
I will tell you. Since we're in the demo classes, I will tell you how to install and how to access everything. Okay?
Sir, I have installed the SAS software, sir, in my library.
Okay.
Sir, can you repeat the steps to access?
No, if you cannot access the server, you cannot download any files from the server into your personal laptop.
At least to practice it, sir.
Practice, I can share you few Excel sheets and Word document and text files through WhatsApp. You can use those. And I will tell you, there are beautiful websites. So you can download some data sets, Excel sheets, CSV files from those websites so that you can use it for practice purpose. Okay. I will let you know in tomorrow's class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, then see you in tomorrow's class.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.